What's up, everybody? This is Major coming at you with another kind of cool video. So in this video, you know how I get down. I just freestyle. I just go. I just get jiggy with it and I just go. I was watching a little a YouTube video on CNBC with I forget the guy's name, Tucker Carlson or something like that. I'm gonna put the link below, where they're talking about doomsday preppers now. Don't seem to be too crazy now with everything that's going on. Looks like some people were right, or possibly right. We hope we're not right. I just want to get that point across. We hope we're not right about any of this. Nobody wants to be in an apocalyptic doomsday scenario necessarily. I'm sure some people out there are just waiting for it to all collapse so they can do what they do with it. But me, you know, my culture, it's been a doomsday apocalypse already. Like, it keeps happening. I mean, you know, it just depends on what you define and use to define the context of how your life is, or how your life has been going. So, you know, I just want to say, people have been going through doomsdays every day, every week of their life too. And it doesn't take civilization to unravel, not in this country, to be in a doomsday scenario. But I just want to make this video to encourage everybody. Look, if you're doing the thing, if you're prepping, keep going. Here's the main reason why I say that, because I've said in my other videos, for me, it's an investment anyway. You just like my dad always used to say, fill your tank up first, then take care of your other stuff, because you got to have it. So it's no different with food or water or shelter. You got to have it. You should have, and we should have been investing this way anyway. So don't think it's odd or strange that you're going to buy extra stuff. If you had lived on a farm your whole life, which I didn't, but just taking you back through some information, if you grew up on a farm, you were already raised in preparing foods, and the winter's coming, and you know, you had to get the crops in, use a root cellar, so on and so forth, so that you could preserve the foods through the winter. You know, if you were doing the meat thing, you're salting the meats, or smokehouse or something like that, right? So people have always been doing that, just not the modern city slicker, you know, style life, the corporate employee life. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that at all. I'm just saying, when you shift to non-self-sustaining methods, you end up in locations like this where, yeah, you gotta watch the store shelves because that's your only source. But like I told you guys about these, you know, prepping on seeds and storing seeds and growing seeds, like heirloom seeds, the natural, the organic heirloom seeds. That's what I meant. Having some control over your food sustainability would be key. So if you live in an apartment, no excuse. They got planters that you can hang, and the tomatoes are growing down the vine. They got, if you got a patio, man, you get you some buckets and some dirt. Go get you some 5-gallon buckets if that's all you can find, and some seeds, and do something, plant something, grow something, so that you're not totally 1000% relied upon the stores. So you can plant stuff in buckets and other, you know, improvised things. It doesn't have to be, a seed will grow in a, cut off the top of a soda can and put some dirt in there, and the seedlings will grow. You can go plant it outside in the right season and let that bad boy grow. So there's really no excuse other than lack of information, or the lack of, you know, putting knowledge into action So you learn information, and then knowledge comes from using that information successfully. And then when you do that repetitiously, you become a knowledgeable person. Knowledge is not just book knowledge or remembrance knowledge only. It's also putting it into action, putting the information into action. So becoming wiser in matters. So, like I said, this video was about don't stop prepping, because America, the land of illusions, can trick you. I mean, it's nice sky. People are driving around everywhere. Tractor Supply. You know, I make it rain at Tractor Supply or Harbor Freight or Northern Tools. That's when I go make it rain. I'll be throwing it up in the club right there, okay? I invest in utility, but don't stop prepping, y'all. Don't think, oh, things are looking better. They always look okay in America. Things always look cool. That's the trick. That's the illusion. Right under the surface, the stuff is brewing and bubbling and starting to spill out the pot. And so you always, you know, just basically, if you're just now entering this prepping mentality, so to speak, y'all know I always say, don't be scared, get prepared. So it's really that. Don't let something scare you into it. Just sit down and think about things and go, yeah, so if a tornado came through here and tore everything up for a couple of weeks, you know, you didn't have no power for a couple of weeks, you know, the gas mains blew up and now the water lines are severed. There's so much stuff thrown everywhere. It's hard to get through the streets with a vehicle. All the vehicles are messed up. Most of them are messed up. And you got to survive for 2 weeks until some help can really come help you. Are you prepared for that? It don't take a nuclear event or a war or something crazy like that for you to be in your doomsday. Where each one of us can have a doomsday. You are your own world. It doesn't have to happen to the world to affect you. It could just happen to you. Driving down the street and a deer run out in front of you. Boom. You're out in the middle of nowhere, 100 miles this way and 100 miles that way to get back to some help. What you gonna do? Did you already have your gear prepared? Did you have a backpack in the back with some gear, some food, a little water, some snacks, something that could get you further down the road? What if you had to spend the night in your car? Are you prepared for that? Little stuff like that. Okay, wait a minute. Let's even rewind it back. Okay. Do you have a spare tire? Some people might not have a spare tire. Do you have some jumper cables? These are all prep items for if this happens, which driving vehicles, things like that are known to occur. Are you prepared for that? So if you start answering no to some of these basic questions, don't download my survival checklist. Go take care of the stuff first that you know you don't have. You know you don't have a backup key. Do you have 2 sets of keys to your vehicle? Do you have, you know, a copy of your IDs, photocopies, hard copies, and on your phone copies? But if your phone goes down, do you have the hard copies, color copies of your IDs? Because, you know, law enforcement and certain institutions, they'll still accept your paper copy of your ID as long as they can read the numbers on there and run you through the system. You say, I lost it, but I had pictures of it before I lost it. So in the event I lost it, I got this. They can accept that. It's still your driver's license information. It's your ID. Do you have that? Do you have a backup copy of your passport? Do you have on and on and on? You know, do you keep a pair of socks in your go bag? Do you have a go bag? Do you have some basic band-aids and bandages in case somebody get cut up? A little antiseptic. Stuff like that. So that's what I say. Don't stop prepping. I'm not going to scare you. There's enough people scaring people going, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen and it's going to happen this way. But none of us know how it's going to look when whatever happens. No different than you're walking down the street. minding your own business. You know, your light turned green. The sign said walk across the street. So you walked and you looked down at your phone, and when you looked up, there was a bus. I mean, the biggest thing about everything is that you don't know what it's going to look like. We might have an idea. We might have some glimpse based on, see, most of the glimpses of our ideas, unbeknownst to you and me, are from previous programmed events, meaning movies that you've watched. Can you imagine watching movies your whole life, not knowing that your subconscious mind is recording every instance of this information? Your subconscious does not know if it's viewing real or fake stuff. Your conscious mind, the one that sat down, said, yeah, I'm gonna watch this horror flick tonight. This is gonna be crazy. Ooh wee, this is so scary. That part of your mind is the willing accomplice. Your subconscious, unbeknownst to you, is the 24/7 recording device for, kind of like for your soul, because your subconscious directs what happens around you. Okay? So that's why I keep saying in my videos, like, you need to prepare for things like the survival boot camp that I'm offering to people. Go on my website, the information's on there, safetycomplianceagency.com. We got a couple of people that join, and they're going to be doing their training probably towards the end of this month, but you can schedule your weekend, so on and so forth. But the reason why I'm talking about that is because I'm saying you need to get roughed up. When I talk about survival boot camp, I'm talking about, yo, we too soft around here. People need to get roughed up. So when I'm talking about survival boot camp, I'm offering to everybody who's listening, who can make it out this way, I'm in Georgia, the opportunity to get a little roughed up, because your subconscious is going, whatever you focus on the most, your subconscious has to bring it back, and it has to manifest it. If you tie emotions with a visual, and you do that often enough, that's what will create your environment around you. You don't think, people say, oh, you got a family curse. No, you got some family habits. You got some bad programming that keeps repeating the conditions around you, keeps producing the conditions around you. So this has everything to do with prepping, because if you don't prep your mind, you could be inadvertently creating your demise. You could be inadvertently creating the wrong environments to be around you, because your mind is fixated on the old history of the movies and all the films that you've watched, all the things that you've viewed. I mean, the Bible even talk about it. Be careful what your eyes see, what you lay your eyes on. Because whatever your eyes see, your subconscious records. So if you're constantly watching violence, if you're constantly viewing it and thinking about it, and you have to think about certain things in defense of yourself or your family. You can't just be a empty, body walking around with, well, I guess you could. There are those people too. If that's your choice, that's your choice, but that's not going to be me. There's a time and place for everything. So if I'm going to be good at driving a car, I would have had to have practiced it. If I'm going to be good at putting the key in the lock, so I turn the lock, somewhere in my course of doing life, I would have had to do that enough to get proficient at it. So training is that's what that's for. How to use stuff, how to do stuff, how to do stuff you don't know existed. That's training. So these are the things that we got to be partaking in, because if not, your old programming from all of these movies we watched and all the media that we watched is going to do you in. So I try not to paint too many pictures on my videos about the scenarios. And what I mean by that is, Excuse me. Y'all know I don't edit much. I'm just off the cuff, so I got to get some water. I keep getting, a little choked up. The pollen here is crazy right now. If you're going to wear a mask for anything, you need to be wearing it outside for the pollen right now. Trust that. But anyway, like I was saying, you have to get your mind prepared. More than we need to get the shelves stocked in your house. Because if you get everything stocked up but don't know how to use it, what good is it? So you kind of got to be doing both. Right now we're at the point where when I was screaming from 2012, yo, something ain't right. Yo, this is goofy. This is not good. Okay. All the way till now, you're kind of like 12 years in. 10 years ago, 10 years ago should have been stacking or preparing the mind or something. So right now, you're at critical mass kind of thing where with everybody thinking what they're thinking, something's going to jump off. Sorry, I can't sit here and say what exactly, but with how everybody in the world is thinking right now, that's going to produce the effects, unfortunately, for everybody. The tricks that are being played to manifest this stuff, it don't take much if you got the levers of power and you got control over media and so on and so forth. It don't take much. You just hit it for a couple of years, 4 or 5 years. I'm watching a military Bell, I think that's a Bell chopper fly. It's all blacked out. It's not a Black Hawk. Flying that away. Never sent that one before. Like I said, y'all watch the skies and you'll kind of see what's going on and see what's moving around the air that can let you know what level we're at in the scheme of things. It doesn't tell you everything, but it sure does make you, if you're paying attention, it'll make you, A to B to C to, it'll start putting stuff together for you. But anyway, opposite the chopper that just flew overhead, keep getting prepared, keep doing what you're doing, and don't let up, because you need that stuff anyway. Also, do some mental prep, do some physical prep. You're just gonna have to do an assortment of preps. It's not just one certain thing that you need to be prepping. You also need to be prepping to thrive. Like, oh, it might get rough, but I'm gonna be good because I'm getting out here roughing myself up anyway. Just like in the Great Depression, if you was already so P-O-O, well, po, it'd be P-O-O-W. If you was already so okay, you didn't notice it was a depression. Because financially, it wasn't going to matter because your situation was already your situation. You couldn't even go no lower, actually, some people. Just hitting the fields every day working. Got a little food, got some drink, got the mule, sharecropping, got a little piece of land, whatever was going on. You didn't notice that much, but people in the city had all the cars and the nice furniture and going to the movie theaters and, doing things like we're doing today. A lot of people just still out shopping and, everything's cool. It's all good. Those are the people got hit the hardest, were the people that had. So if you're a little fat there financially, it might be a good time to start trimming down, spreading things out a little bit better. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And y'all already know, if you got some holdings, you already know what you got to probably do. And that's not an end all be all thing anyway. You could survive the financial part and then was so damn tight with your money, you're so tight when you walk, you're squeaking. You didn't stack up enough stuff. Then when the paper go bad, you're sitting there holding a pot of gold got your finances together, gold shoots up, but can't go get a good amount of food for you and your family. Maybe, I don't know. You know, nobody's gonna really trade food for gold. If you got a food shortage, then that becomes the primary thing. So that's not gonna work out where gold is gonna trump food or water or shelter if it gets that bad. I personally don't want it to get that bad. Don't want to see it get that bad. I think it's bad enough when it's just normal bad. If it's gonna get extra gritty, dirty, nasty bad, then I'm working out towards being ready for that, but nobody's trying to do that. It's bad enough you just going down the road and you get a flat tire, or it's bad enough when you just doing your thing and then some family member jack you and cost you a bunch of money and time and frustration, and now you ain't dealing with your family members no more. I mean, there's a bunch of bad that's already just going on. People still getting shot. Other countries, they having shootings and murders and all kinds of stuff's going on, man. So it'd be bad now. So I guess my whole point is, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna get off here. That's damn, I was trying to go 15 minutes, but whatever. At the end of the day, it's gonna take concerted effort from you, from everybody around you. And if they are around you and they're not producing the likeness of what you're trying to produce, you gotta start doing some cutting. Chop, chop. Adios, amigos. Senoritas. Arrivederci. You know, you're gonna have to start cutting, because that's gonna drag and slow and tire you out, wear you down. I mean, because to me, things can only escalate, unfortunately. And like I said, I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like, and I don't want to create a bunch of images in my mind as to what that looks like. So you kind of got to balance. It's like erring between caution, being very cautious, but still being upbeat, chipper, and happy, and got a couple of jokes. I mean, I'm seeing if I got my tactical vest on and got my rig on and everything's on, and people are going crazy and I got to defend my home, man, I might be like, yo, anybody got a Snickers bar? You know, I'm like, because I'm going to be handing out Snickers bars so y'all turn back into your real self. I don't know, man, but, you know, you still got to laugh. You still got to, you know, you still got to be there for people and try to help, try to balance this thing. Prep, but don't go all the way up in there where you just go all the way, you know, like what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. said on Tropical Thunder. He was talking to the other dude, and he said, "You ain't never supposed to go full retard. How you gonna go full retard?" No, man. Simple Jack went full retard. You ain't supposed to go full prep, like all the way up in there so far you can't never get back to, you know, civilization. But you're supposed to be up in there enough where you know what the times and seasons are and what you need to take care of and how you need to take care of it. So, I guess in other words, put some other things together with this prep stuff, tie it all together, and make it, like I said, make it kind of a lifestyle, have a purpose for it. I do it because I'm investing. I'm not doing it because I'm running around scared. Yo, I'm buying low, and when it gets high, I'm not selling, but I don't have to buy high. That's one of the primary purposes. And then two, I don't want to be dependent upon food chains and stores and trucking and all that stuff for me and my family to have an okay meal that day. That's the whole point. If it's something else outside of that, you might be prepping for the wrong reason. If you ain't prepping to help some people, I don't eat meat, but I buy canned meat stuff, so I know other people gonna eat meat. Yo, here's a can, brother, sister. I might not be able to help you full-fledged, but I can get you down the road a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do that, it ain't worth me. It ain't even worth my time. Just, I gotta take care of me and mine, and that's it. Oh, if you let somebody have some food, then they're gonna tell everybody the food's over here and everybody's gonna run up on you. Yo, man, my environment around me is gonna come to me like my thoughts are. And so that's where I'm gonna keep putting most of my energy, and I ain't worried about it. If it be like that, it just be like that. At that point, you ain't gonna know what's happening to me anyway, so it ain't gonna matter. Only thing that matter is what you do right now, this minute. We only got this moment. So I'm making this video, done turned into 25 moments. But that's all we got, folks. Y'all done spent 25 minutes of your life with me. So I appreciate you listening to the message. I hope it helps and we can reciprocate some help. So I'm gonna get out of here though. Look, download my stuff. The money still works. The dollar is still kind of okay. Looks like it's okay. I bought something today. Got some gas in my truck. Got my lights fixed and stuff like that. The money worked. So until it goes all the way, whatever, kaput, until it ain't no more, download my survival checklist. Download my Is Your Home a Target? I'm telling you, there's valuable information in there. So give me a day or two, and I'm going to have another checklist. It's called Improvised Home Defense. You better download that one because that one's got some juicy stuff in there for anybody who has a house, rental, or you own it. Ha ha ha, you don't own nothing anyway, but you know what I'm saying. That one's got some juicy stuff in there for you, for anybody. So that one will be up. I'm going to try to finish it tonight, throw it up on the website. It'll be in the downloads. But yo, support the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, download my stuff that's in the description. I'll be telling y'all all the time, the reason why you're doing it doesn't have to be because you don't know what you're doing. It might just be that you appreciate the channel and you get some information here and there that helps your life. I'll be exhausted at the end of the day talking all this stuff, you know, putting it out there. So show the love, man. Reciprocate. I'm reciprocating, you reciprocate. We just be reciprocating. That's the round table effect right there. Virtual round table. That's how we keep it moving. So listen, I gotta go. It's getting hot in the car. I didn't want to start the car up and had the engine running, but I'm gonna get some AC. See, like that AC, boy. What happened when you ain't got no AC? Huh? What you gonna do? All right. But anyway, this is Major. Y'all know how we do it. Signing off for another really kind of cool video, but also don't be scared. Get prepared. And this is Major signing off with another groovity video. Peace.